Sound check 1 2 1 2. Just give me a few minutes. Still setting up here. Sound check 1 2 1 2. Just give me a few minutes. Still setting. I muted that. It should have been muted. Okay. All right, we're gonna get started in about another 60 seconds. Y'all come on in, have a seat. Go to the restroom, grab your popcorn, grab your refreshments before we start the block. I think my video's kind of choppy, but I think the sound should be straight. So I'm on the road and I did not make it to my hotel in time because of several accidents on 75 North heading to Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah, y'all should have warned me about that, man. Y'all knew. I mean, I thought accidents in Atlanta was bad. Jeez, I saw at least 4. Saw a flipped over car. Saw a truck flipped over. All kind of craziness, man. And honey, I am live. And there's all kind of craziness. Sorry for the poor video quality ahead of time. Hopefully this won't affect the guest we having. I want this to be a home run show. And of course, Murphy Law got to step in and make it difficult. So, just trying to get some. Yeah, this ain't really working, man. It shows I got a full internet signal, but the quality sucks. The speed is horrible. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. All right. So a little delay. We're all right. Yeah, my clicks, man, is not going well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Untamed, what's going on? Hope everyone had a great weekend. Trying to hold down a full-time job and do internet content is quite an adventure, as you can see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go without. I gotta have screen. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to show the video. Son of a. All right, so let's just start and do what we can do. This is Reggie, your Encompass rep, and you've tuned in to the Power Block. The Power Block is 3 YouTube channels, 1 powerful block of Appliance Industry Talk. You've got, now this is how it works. Should work. This is how it works. So you go to, you see me. I start at 6:45, sometimes 7. And then you go over to Mona in the middle, Mona, Sims, and Tim in the middle at 7:30. And then you go over Running Anchor, the OG, Mike Sneed, at 8 o'clock. And so how do you get to them? You find them by going to the description. And when you go into the description, you will see a Linktree link. And in that Linktree link, you will click it, and you'll see my show, a link to my show. You'll see a link to Mona's show, and you'll see a link to Mike's. Excuse me. And we are the block. The block is hot. The block is hot. There's so much footage, like video, music I want to play, but because of copyright infringement, you just can't. Licensing, I'm sorry, not copyright. Licensing, So anyway, I'll be playing that. The block is hot from Lil Wayne. The block is hot. The block is hot. Hot. So today we got I got a guest today for y'all. I was hoping not to have an internet issue, but look like we are. But we'll work through it. So I do have a guest for y'all, and his product means money in your pocket. That's all I can say. Money in your pocket and happy customers. That was in the headline, right? Because his product also your customers will enjoy and love. And it'll help with any customer service issues too, because you can use this. Y'all gonna see, man. I ain't gonna let the cat out the bag yet. Y'all gonna see. You gonna see. You're gonna learn today. All right, so I'm trying to go to screen share Kung Fu, but it looks like we're gonna have some delays with that. Still laggy, yeah. Is the sound laggy too, Untamed? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right, so I'm getting my screen share Kung Fu set up. Anybody go to okay, yeah, so we're gonna have to this is gonna be a radio program today. Because my video is acting crazy. But I gotta work around for that. Because of my experience now, I gotta work around for a laggy video. Laggy video. It's gonna take a minute. While y'all sitting there, don't forget the like button. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that button. So on normal blocks, you can tell people, hey, this is good content, good information. So we get the word out to other technicians in this business. So as you already know, I don't know how many of y'all attended Tim Burdick's sealed system class in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I'd like to hear some stories about the after class. I'm sure the class itself was awesome. And so y'all tune in August 30th or the 1st. I'm sure this will be updated at some point on which day it is. We're going to have Samsung Laundry. Or you can ask Tim because he'll be on Mona's block at 7:30. In that way, you can get your education on, because the more you learn, the more you earn. Also, if y'all caught the me on Saturday, I went live on Saturday, right? And I went live on Saturday. I was talking about investing, right? Because similar to how like Mike Sneed's content, right? Mike Sneed's content talks a lot about the different things you can do with the money you earn from the appliance business. And so he does the ice cream parlor, he has real estate, he bought an ice truck. There's so many things you can dabble in. My poison of choice is the stock market. And I that's what I just put my extra money. S&P 500, but also I look at Whirlpool. I always looked at Whirlpool stock just to get ahead of the game to see the state of the appliance industry, based off the company news, and based off how the stock's performing. Because Whirlpool is kind of like the S&P 500 for the appliance industry. That's S&P 500 is basically the stock market. Everybody, everything's based off of that. The top 500 companies in this country, and that's constantly updated. So y'all check that video. I got on it too, and I'm gonna start showing a little bit of that on the block once I have like good cell phone signal, good internet signals. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So something that I've always talked about on my channel is upselling, right? When it comes to appliance repair, you're in someone's home, and if they felt you done a good job, most likely you're their guy or gal, right? You're the one that they're going to go to, and they trust you. And with that trust, a lot of questions you'll get asked, right? What's this? Especially, a customer trusts you when they ask you, hey, what appliance do you recommend? Or, hey, what's the best way? I love to see you, but I'd rather not see you and have my appliances working. What's the best way to do preventive maintenance? And they ask you all types of advice, right? And that is an opportunity to serve your customer while putting some money in your pocket too. Upsells are some of the best things you can do. Like when you go to change your oil in your car, right? If they recommend, right, they say, hey, you need a new oil filter. It's been 6 months or whatever the manufacturer recommended. That makes you feel good, right? You spend more money, but you're like, oh, good. I'm glad he caught that. He's actually paying attention to my car. But they're not selling you something that you don't need, right? So our guest has a product that is perfect for our business, perfect to keep positive reviews going for your business, and a perfect way to put a little extra money in your pocket. So without further ado, hang on, let me bring him on. I'm gonna bring on my guest. We're having a little streaming delays. Hang on, Barry.
Okay.
You have a little streaming delays. All right. Oh, you're there. Hang on. Let me get rid of the screen share. Let's get rid of screen share. All right. So, Barry, I had all this
there you are.
planned out. So our audio is working great, but unfortunately, the video is lagging a bit. On my way to Tennessee, and so we're having a little difficulties, but we'll get around it.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Enjoying a great, lovely day here in San Diego, California, Carlsbad, California.
Awesome. So I got a question.
Yep.
To introduce your product.
Yep.
So I have customers that that sell scratch and dent appliances. I have so there are scratches sometimes on the stainless steel. Or I'll go to some of my customers that go on a service call, and let's say a technician accidentally scratches a stainless steel refrigerator or dishwasher, what have you. Man, those doors, like you scratch a refrigerator door, you're looking about $500-$600.
All the way up to $1,500 plus about 4 or 5 months.
And an angry customer, and I think a lot of people can contest, they don't ship very well. So sometimes you got to order like 2 to get one that's not damaged.
That's right.
Excuse me.
That's right.
Man, if I only knew someone that had a product to fix that. Tell us about Barry's scratch remover.
Well, so thanks, Reggie. I don't know how many folks are on live today, but I'd be curious to know how many of the listeners have used or know Scratch Be Gone. So, and probably many of your listeners have used it and had great success with it. And we just got back from a trade show, and I'm always amazed that to find out who's had a opportunity to use my kit. So I invented Scratch Be Gone back in early 2000 on a challenge for an elevator door. I was doing some restorations in a commercial property, and they said, "Can you take a scratch out of an elevator?" It was a deep scratch. It was an intentional graffiti. I said, "I have no idea," but I understood two things: that it took an abrasive with special properties and a chemical. Because if I take the abrasive to this surface, I might get that scratch out, but I can't do it without lifting that color off. And now I have a different color where I made my repair. And many people will say that's just as bad as the damage itself. So I understood these two principles and was fortunate enough to be working with some products and some chemicals and put the two together in my mind first, and then an application, and there it went. The scratch went away, and it all went back to it blended color, and that's there you go. There's Scratch Be Gone right there.
Wow.
So Scratch Be Gone. It is a remarkable, simple process to remove scratches, rust, stains, discoloration, heat scorch. You pretty much everything you see on a stainless steel surface, and I'm talking deep gouges. So I'm often told, well, yeah, you might be able to get a light scuff out, and you might be able to get a chemical stain off, but if you could feel it with your fingernail, that's throwaway, and that's not the case. Does anybody here remember the name Captain Toolhead?
Captain Toolhead.
Mike Stats. He's probably now passed away. I know that he passed away years ago, but Captain Toolhead had also a site about. He was like the go-to person for appliance repair. And Mike came to me one day and he said, because Scratch Be Gone's been out for about 15, 17 years now. So when I first invented this back in 2005 and brought it to the marketplace, Mike said, "Barry, if a servicer doesn't know Scratch Be Gone, they're not worth their weight." So that was probably the biggest compliment I ever got.
Huge.
Yeah. So Mike Stats, Captain Toolhead. So it's rather a simple process. What you're doing is taking abrasive material like you see on the video here. This is our fine finish. This is our finest 400 grit, if you will. And we have more aggressive. And what you're doing is installing new grain. You're putting a new grain, you're imparting new grain into the metal. So imagine you've got a bullnose or a kitchen sink or a stovetop or your refrigerator, and you've got a side-by-side monogram or GE profile or others. The idea here is you've got going to the cowboy days. You've got 100 head of cattle going in one direction. And then all of a sudden you've got one cow that has an attitude and wants to go out to the right. The cowboy's job now is to bring that cow or that bull back into the course of the other bulls and to right the direction. So that's what Scratch Be Gone does. It takes the bad scratch that's going it could be 5 degrees off true center of where the grain is going. And it does that by cutting it up into fragments that your eye doesn't see anymore. And once your eye doesn't see it, it tells you that it's gone. And
that's an excellent analogy.
That's the magic. That's the magic. So it cuts it up. It fragments it into small bite-sized pieces. And when your eye doesn't see it, it's gone. But as important as is the ultrashine component, because our ultrashine chemistry is the secret that puts the color back in when I'm doing that repair. So I can literally take a 1-inch scratch out of an elevator door and remove that scratch and blend it out maybe 4 or 5 inches in either direction.
So Barry, let me dive in on that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, so when I was a kid, I used to work at a car wash.
Uh-huh.
And I remember they used to have us do a test spot on the customer's car, and now they had to ride around with this big old shiny circle on their car unless they got it waxed. What you're saying is, so if when you restore that same spot, it's going to be
Yeah.
a bright, shiny. You can see it, but then you have a product that makes it blend in.
Well, so the chemical is actually intrinsic with the process. So I don't do the program, I don't do the repair, and then later on add the chemical. I
Right.
put the chemical, the Ultra Shine, our secret sauce, actually helps with the cutting edge of my grits in my pads. And my pads are not your typical 3M Scotch-Brite kind of pads. They are non-woven. A couple of them are non-woven. Others have different properties. But they have minerals that cut metal. And so you need to be able to get aggressive with the metal. You're not going to put a hole in your refrigerator door. Don't worry about that. You're not going to put a hole in your stove top. Not to worry about that. What we're doing is restoring the grain appearance, and then the Ultra Shine, when used in at the same time as the pad, begins the oxidation process. Actually, when we start doing the cutting, if you will, with the pads, when the abrasives start doing the contact with the metal, you'll see my chemical, which is typically whitish cream color, turn black. It goes to a black film, and that blackness is the oxidation of the metal underneath my pad. So it's starting to introduce color, which introduces the warmth appearance. So when I'm done, I can wipe it off. I don't have to do the whole elevator door in that case, refrigerator door more times than not, and stove tops and bull noses. I can do a bull nose in 2 or 3 minutes. And what I was alluding to earlier, we're talking scratches that are cut by knives. So again, historically, people who have been in the know would say, yeah, you might get it out, light scuff, green scour pad damage, you might get that out and maybe even fix it, but you're not going to get a knife cut out. You're not going to get a scratch that has metal missing in the end result. And I will say to them, that's absolutely not true. We do it on a daily basis. You can do it. If you've got scratches that you can feel with your fingernail, you have scratches that stop your fingernail. Imagine that. Reggie, you're taking your fingernail across a scratch and you can't go any further because it's stuck in the groove. We get those out. Believe it or not, we get them out.
Wow.
And we don't fill them in. It's not a putty. It's not an epoxy. It's not a filler. We work the metal and it goes away.
Wow.
So
let's
it's been pretty remarkable, and it's
now,
so simple.
Just to be clear, one thing we gotta say, this does not remove dents, right? Scratches, not dents.
Does not remove dents. We are working on that, Reggie.
Right.
We actually have a system in place now to remove dents out of elevator doors. Now, you might say that's not, it doesn't relate. It doesn't relate in the sense that the gauge of the metal is different. So gauge of stainless on elevator doors, we're looking at around 18, 14 gauge. You're looking at finer gauge on a refrigerator door. So we have to use an electrode, like a welding unit, and we pull it out. And in the process of doing that, if a mistake could actually burn a hole in that stainless steel. But I can do a kitchen sink. I'm sure I can do a kitchen sink. I haven't had a chance to do that. So what you're looking at now is our Scratch Be Gone toolbox. I actually brought one into my office as well. So this is our Scratch Be Gone toolbox that you're displaying there.
Yeah, keep in mind we got a bit of a video lag right now.
Okay.
But
well, you're actually the box that you have on the video. This is a bigger box. This is a bigger component box. You have a smaller one there.
Okay.
But what you see here, that box will do everything I just explained. It'll do deep knife cuts. And this little box will protect you, as you, I would say CYA, cover your hiney. If you're accused of scratching it, you can fix it before the customer ever sees it. If
Right.
there's a scratch that creates an opportunity for an upsell opportunity, hey, Miss Homeowner, I just fixed your electronics in your oven, in your range, and you love the way it looks. Thank you very much. How about if I take the scratches out of your sink or out of your bullnose?
Yeah. So Barry, let's dive into that.
Uh-huh.
I think that's really intrigues interest of our audience. The upsell potential of this product, and
Right.
so not only is it upsell potential, but it's a customer service save if you have if you scratch, one of your technicians scratches a stainless steel
That's right.
refrigerator, oven, whatever.
Or if you're doing an install and it comes out of the box with a scuff, you can change
Right.
that, fix it.
And this will probably be music to the ears of anyone that sells scratch and dent appliances. Because
Right.
now you can just say you sell dent appliances, take the scratch out. Well, that doesn't sound better, but
Yeah. And we've had situations where people have actually bought it, leaving a scratch repair, a scratch and dent location. And then they got the kit, they fixed their appliance, and they went back and they bought another scratch appliance to fix it, like a dishwasher or otherwise, to be adjacent. And they got a nice discount. And so everybody wins.
Absolutely. And y'all stay tuned because we're going to announce a special. So a Power Block special on Barry's product here. So y'all stay tuned for that. Barry, I do have some questions for you.
You got it.
This is no cakewalk coming on the show, man. We're going to ask them some tough questions. Now, everybody knows not all stainless steel is actual metal.
Yeah.
How would somebody know? Because like, what if you put it on like an imitation or some sort of the non-metal surfaces they use, and you destroy that refrigerator with this product? What can we do to protect themselves?
That's a great question. So I would suggest that all your surfaces are true metal. It's just that some will have a clear coat, fingerprint free, smudge free, easy care, no care, maintenance free.
That's what I was going.
So when I went to GE and Whirlpool, and they said to me, Barry, we have clear coats. We have our GE has their smudge-free finishes and things as well, and the Satina finish on Whirlpool. And they said, well, how does a customer know if they have that? And we certainly don't want them having use abrasives on our coatings. So I came up with this. This is a product called True Metal Test Strip. It's a little glary with my camera here, but it's True Metal Test Strip. It comes in every kit that we sell, and it's a little bit of a coloring. It's a swatch. And if I had something here, I'm going to do it really quick for you. It's a little swatch, and I'm going to take it out of the bag, and you rub it on something that's on stainless steel. Here's a little piece of copper. There you go. You can see it against my shirt. I'm going to polish the one side over here, maybe if I get lucky. And what it does is it'll turn black. So this cloth turns black, which tells me that it's raw metal. If it stays clear, if the cloth stays clear, if I'm rubbing on this and it stays clear, that means you stay clear, because that means there's a coating on it. So when I did that,
you stay clear. Nice.
If it stays clear, you stay clear. And when I gave Whirlpool and GE that, and here's my copper. It's hard to see, but there it is. So I polished that for you. So it's a little polishing cloth, but it's a litmus paper test. So this tells you if it goes on the door and it doesn't turn black, that means it's got a coating. Now, just for a clue on this, your stovetops are not going to have this. Your bull noses won't have a coating. Your sinks won't have coatings. Your exhaust hoods, maybe DCS might have a Fisher-Paykel. There's very few that have an exhaust hood with a coating, and it may be painted, That's a different story. But if it's refrigerators, a lot of your manufacturers now have one or two models that are clear coated. Otherwise, they're raw metal. Your higher end tends not to do coatings. So there's a pretty good little rule of thumb there. Hope that helps you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good to know. So it sounds like you've got everything covered.
Well, we've worked hard on this. So we are Reggie, we are a service company.
Right.
So Restoration Artex is a field service company. You see my monogram, my logo here. Right. So we are a field service company. We are out doing appliances and elevators and brass and copper, other kinds of metal. So I've invented these products to do our work.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Yeah. So Barry, I'm gonna just reach out to the audience. So this is a product, according to the Artec, the Restoration Artex website, the contractor's kit is $174. And I know you do have a residential kit. 'Cause I've got homeowners. I mean, I've got do-it-yourselfers and technicians on my channel. Yep. But it's a huge difference between the contractor kit and the residential kit, correct?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And can you explain to us some of the differences? I know it's like, it's not just the amount of chemical, but it just I'll let you explain that.
Well, everything is identical from the standpoint of the abrasive. I wouldn't want to reduce the quality of the kit between consumer and residential and contractor. But in this kit, in the professional contractor kits, we have a large blue handle with industrial clips, whereas the residential has they're a little more basic, so it's a little more industrial. We have bigger abrasives, so they get to do more surface at the same time. The Ultra Shine chemical is a larger volume. So, and you've got a number of these pads. The consumer is more of a disposable kit. It has a little smaller profile of the pad, and the handle is an all plastic handle, so it may tend to break over time. You have less pads available in that consumer kit. You have one of each. These contractor and professional contractor kit have multiple pads of each. You also have, when I went to GE and Whirlpool, they said, what about the control panels getting into small areas around the stovetops and stuff? So I came up with this little small pad. So you get these in your contractor box as well, which are very cool. They're not reusable from the standpoint that the pad exhausts, then you can buy refills, but they're a nice little thing for like for barbecue. This will take all your heat scorch and rust and discoloration off your barbecue in seconds.
Wow.
The particular pad with the Ultra Shine chemical on this.
So Barry,
industrial.
So Barry, on the so how many jobs or scratches? Well, I can't really count scratches, but how many jobs could you usually get out of one kit?
So the basic contractor, which is the 179 that you're referencing, Reggie, again, we only have a couple of pads in there. You've got an ounce or so of the chemistry. So you could probably get, I would say you'd get 2 or 3 stovetops, definitely 3 or 4 or 5 bull noses, especially if you're talking, 2 or 3 scratches on a bull nose. If you've got a lot of heavy damage, it might consume more, but I think you'll still get 3 or 4. On refrigerators, you're going to get 2 or 3 refrigerators out of that toolbox. Doors, you can do exhaust hood. You'll probably get 2 or 3 exhaust hoods on that particular kit. The $350 professional contractor kit is bigger in that you get more pads. You also get 3 handles. so you can preload your pads, and you don't have to keep interchanging them back and forth between the nature of the damage. So you get 3 of these, and you get a lot more chemicals and a lot more pads. You'll get two 2-ounce bottles of Ultra Shine and such.
Right.
So for the $350 value, you're going to make, well, you're going to CYA yourself easily $10,000 from
Right.
the ability to upsell additional service work. You're going to again upgrade yourself at least $10 to $15, $20,000 just for that toolbox.
Yeah, and I would definitely say, even the presentation, presenting the price of replacing that door compared to using your product definitely will justify whatever price point the individual contractor wants to sell their service for.
Right.
Based off the scratch on the refrigerator that was on your YouTube channel, that it looked about maybe a 3-inch scratch, maybe that was.
Yep.
How long does it take to remove something like that?
So that was a green scour pad kind of scratch, scuff from, and maybe from magnets and things like that as well.
Right.
So to that point, that I think that took me 15, maybe 20 minutes. It could take 30 minutes with time you get done with the feathering and detailing it out. But
Right.
that was about a 15, 20 minute for that demonstration. Now, I'm not going to say that it's all going to be like that. And I will, just so we're transparent here. So vertical grain finishes like you would see on a Sub-Zero and a KitchenAid and a Viking and such, Monogram and those kinds. So you got 2 doors side by side. They open up. You don't have the cafe on the bottom. You don't have the refreezer on the bottom. 2-door units are much more easier to do because you're working with gravity and your grain is going up and down. So you're following the grain up and down, and that makes your repair. The horizontal grained units, which are your 3-door and 4-door cafe styles, which are becoming popular as well, they have a different finish. And I won't lie to you. We have our challenges with that particular configuration ourselves because you're working against gravity. You have to work this way across your face, and your body wants to pull your handle down. And the grain has a different appearance, what's called a distressed look. And it looks like short little choppy chop steps going across. So I tend to want to stay away from those for myself. I would be comfortable that you do the same. But vertical grain going up and down, not a problem. And everything else in the kitchen, not a problem. The exhaust hood, not a problem. So we are successful in doing this. Let me give you some ideas of value adds here. Typically, we start at around $300, $300 and a quarter for virtually anything. If you have one scratch on a bullnose from a grate, if you're the home builder and can't close escrow, if you're the maid service that's being accused of this, if you're being accused of this, but again, if you're going to be contracted out to do this work in the field on behalf of a third party, if you will, you're looking at $350 to $450. And that may be a 5-minute repair. God's honest truth. It may be a 5-minute repair.
Wow.
They don't care how much it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. They just want it gone.
All right, Barry, now it's time for the most important part. How much of a discount can the block listeners get? I put in the description, in the chat, the website, Restoration Architects, excuse me.
Architects.
Yeah. So that's where they go to buy the your contractor's kit.
Yeah, restorationartex.com.
Artex, yep.
And go to product, I believe. It's shop. I think it's called shop.
Yeah,
and
shop.
You'll scroll down and you'll see this posting that you see here that's up on the screen. And so for any one of these items, and I'd like to be able to share the motorized version as well. We have a product called the Lark, but
I
we're
saw
giving
that.
Reggie has tied my arms and we arranged a 10% discount at the shopping cart for any of these products for you. And that's a
Yes.
special. We don't usually discount contractor products
You don't need
because,
to.
huh?
See, yeah, usually you wouldn't need to because this definitely pays for itself.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
I don't discount it because you're making money on it. We should all make money on it and
Right.
benefit from it. So I'm showing you for $350. Let's go back to that contractor professional. $350. The first time you use that to take out one scratch out of a bull nose, you've paid for that kit. Because one, you're going to make $350 to $400 in service if you charge it to the contractor or the home builder or the maid service, whoever's complaining about it, or the homeowner. On the other hand, you're going to make so much more money on that toolbox over and over and over again. So you'll see we also have an $850 motorized kit. It's called the Lark, Large Area Restoration Kit. Now, we'll use this on elevator doors for that matter, but it does a great job. You're at 700 RPM. Keep in
Wow.
mind the contractor basic and the contractor professional. That's one elbow power. So it's only as fast as your elbow and shoulder, but it's very effective. But it's only as
Wow.
fast as that. So
Barry, all right, Barry, we're about out of time. We gotta.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any parting words? Oh, you hear me?
What?
There you go. I said, any parting words?
All right. I look forward to listening and hearing more from your readership or your listenership. We have lots to share here. There's more than just scratch be gone at this office, and we can show you how to make a lot of money doing this work. And also check out iarttraining.com, and we'll give you a discount on that as well. May not be 10%, but we'll work up something. IART training.com. We have a school to teach you how to do this as a business.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, make sure you just email me or text that to me, Barry, and I'll add it into the description.
You got it.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate your time.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All right. Guys, y'all go into the website, and where it says discount code, you put in LOYR. What does that stand for? Lean on your rep. Discount. LOYR in the description code. Great upsell. Great product. And as you can tell, Barry's done a lot of homework and research into this. He was name dropping manufacturers, and this knows his product. So I'm gonna add in the description the website so you can guys attend training. And this is definitely a good vertical to add to your business. Even if you have a dedicated person who learns how to has attention to detail and knows how to use this product, that will be a great addition to your business. Any questions, y'all know how to reach me. This is Reggie Williams, your Encompass rep. Now you guys go over to Moni and Tim. You go to the Linktree description and click on SSG Appliance Academy to go over to Moni's block, the second half of the power block. And one thing you guys need to always remember, LOYR, lean on your rep. I'll see y'all Thursday.